For many years of my life, I was chasing the wrong currency. I know you're thinking, what do you mean the wrong currency, David? I mean, don't you work for money? Don't you build wealth through dollars and net worth and investments? And my response is, well, yes, we do. That's important. I'm not saying money's not important. I'm not saying that currency isn't something we need to live our lives. We do. But the chase for that, the buildup of that, and the focus on just money, currency, net worth, wealth, equity, the sole focus on that leaves us void of what we really want in life. And I didn't recognize this until probably 20 years into my career, having a family. What we really want in life is more time, discretionary time, more optionality, more choices, more freedom of choice. Look, we always need to be productive and do something that provides a service or a product, our career, our training. That I'm not taking that away at all. That's important. We wouldn't feel purpose or meaning if we weren't doing something that allowed us to utilize our brains and our hands and whatever it is we do to provide benefits and solve problems for other people. That's important. And we do that. Why? Well, because that's how we provide a life and a lifestyle and security and stability for our families. All goes hand in hand. But what I'm saying to you is the mere focus strictly on the money, net worth, wealth, investment, capital, return on investment, dollars is not where the real focus needs to go. We've got to combine something else, and that's time. I've got a new book coming out, Scaling Time versus Wealth, where I'll put the provocations of this very dilemma inside the book. It's my own experience and realizing with a wake-up call that I had over 20 years ago when my daughter, my only child, had gone through some major health crises, and the epitome of that was having to have a liver transplant at age 12. Yeah, that was over 20 years ago. And realizing that I only had so much time in my life to spend with my daughter, that God had given her second chances and third chances, and therefore given me those second chances and third chances. How was I going to utilize those different chances to go forward with? Was I going to continue on the same path and say, well, I've just got to go make the money? Or was I going to actually find a different path where I could actually invest time with my daughter or for you, the people that you really care about? Yeah, it's a contrast. It's a conflict. And there's not an easy way to it. But having milestones and understanding what it takes to have a lifestyle and building multiple income streams along the way so that my sustenance of my family was not just dependent solely on my going to work every day was the key factor. That's what I love to help people with. And the sooner I get to help people with this as a construct early in life, the faster they get to that optionality. Not where they quit, retire, sell their business or practice, at an early age. I'm just saying to be able to do it on their terms. Society says you can't do that. Society says you need to work hard, sacrifice, and then maybe when you're at retirement age, wherever that seems to be today, it seems like that age gets pushed further and further down the spectrum, 62, 65, maybe it's 70. Who's to say Social Security is probably not going to be around for most people in the coming years? Really, all this depends upon what we do. There's a better path and a better way. And I know there is because I've done it myself and I've helped hundreds of other doctors and their spouses do the same thing. I think this is a year coming up, new year 2025, when people need to really focus on what's important. It's not easy to do, but I think if you find other people that are doing the same thing, that are just like you, that are having the same problems and conflicts and questions about, how do I do this? You get a lot further down the road. So I just implore you to take stock of your life and all the successes that you definitely have had to this point. But what are you going to do in 2025 to make a difference? How are you going to look at scaling your time, not as a focal point away from wealth? You've got to have both, but how do you put time more on the priority list? I've got some pathways to do that. Take a look at the book when it comes out. If you'd like to follow me, I've got more coming out in the future. I think this is important. Don't neglect the time element in your own life.